Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Leopardstown Racecourse here on Thursday. It is June the 8th, 2017. Gonna look at the stakes races on today's program, races 3 and 4, so the 650 and the 725. But before I get onto that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get onto it. Races 3 and 4 from Leopardstown, the 650 and the 725. The 650, the third race, is the Glen Karen Stakes. It's a listed stakes here, going for a purse of $47,500. That's in American currency, so don't get confused. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 10 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile or 1,600 meters. My top pick in this one, I like the number 6 horse, number 6 Smash Williams. I'm going to go 6-10-1 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 6-10-1. But my top pick, number 6 Smash Williams, 7-1. Kevin Manning is on this Jim Bolger trained 4-year-old colt out of Fracas. Most recently, his horse that started the 24th of April at Navin. 5 furlongs in listed stakes. His horse finished 8th by 7.5 lengths behind Washington, D.C., who ran a hell of a race that day. You know, this horse just wasn't into it. It wasn't his day to win. I think stepping down in class to this spot, he should have a little bit better of a run, and also the extra few furlongs should really help also. I think this horse will really like the mile distance. Start before at Naz on the 9th of April. 7 furlongs into Group 3 Gladness Stakes. Horse finished 4th by 2 3/4 lengths. It was his first start off the layoff, and I think he might need that race. He quickened up a little bit, but it wasn't, he needed that race. It wasn't half bad, but like I said, for the 4th fucking time, he needed the race. I'm sorry about that. It's midnight. He needed it. It was his first start since May 29th, though. That came at Naz again. 6 furlongs into Group 3, Bar 1 Racing, Lackhin Stakes. Horse finished 5th by 6 3/4 lengths that day behind Only Mine in Washington, D.C. He quickened up a little bit that day, but they ran a very fast pace. He's a horse that would really like to win mile distance. It was his first start also since the October of 2015. That came Maison Lafitte and Friends in Criterium de Maison Lafitte. He finished 3rd that day, was really closing up at the end, but just missed. Wasn't a half bad race at all. I think here today he should have a very good run, so he'll be my top pick. So to recount my bets for the third, the 650 from Leopardstown, the Glen Karen Stakes, gonna go with the 6 horse Smash Williams. I'm gonna go 6-10-1 in the TriCast of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 4, the 725 from Leopardstown. It is the King George Cup. It's a listed stakes here, going for a purse of $47,500. It's for 3-year-olds that have never won a Group 1 or Group 2 race. We have a field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 2,400 meters, or 1 mile and 1/2 on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 2 horse, Finn McCool. I'm going to go 2-7-1 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 2-7-1, but my top pick, number 2, Finn McCool. Donick O'Brien for Aiden O'Brien, who trains the Stereo Colt, sired by Galileo, owned by the Coolmore Group. This horse is making his second start in 2 weeks. Most recently on 28th of May at Cura, mile and a quarter in the Group 3 Alaris stud Glenell Stakes. This horse finished 3rd by 2 lengths behind Homesman and Born to Play. He quickened up a little bit, but this is the kind of horse that the mile and a half should really do well, should do wonders for. He's getting it today, and I think he'll run a big one. Start before a mile 5/8 in the listed stakes at Navin on May the 20th. Horse finished 3rd by 2.5 lengths that day. Mile 5 was a little bit too long for this horse. It was weakening a little bit at the final few strides of the race. The mile and a half is the better distance, and plus that race was very tough. This race is not nearly as tough as that one. And then Chester, first start of the year, May the 11th, mile and a half in the Group 3, Chester Vaz. Horse finished 7th by 14 lengths behind Venice Beach and Wings of Eagle. And wasn't really showing up that day. Had a wide post row, was wide, and it just wasn't his day to win. It's not a racetrack that favors deep closures. It's a speed course, but and plus he might need the race. It was his first start off the layoff, but start before it came the Racing Post Trophy. He didn't do anything. Finished 7th that day, but he did break his maiden at Navin very nicely as a 2-year-old. I think he'll run a big one here today, getting the mile and a half. So watch out for this one. So to recount my bets for the 4th from Leopardstown, the 725. It's the King George Cup. Gonna go with the 2 horse Finn McCool. Gonna go 2-7-1 in the TriCast of the trifecta. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck.